Hey everybody, it's time for another Tag It Tuesday. This month our theme is to use letters or numbers on our tags, and I'm starting out with my number 5 manila shipping tags and some Dylusions ink sprays, which is why I have gloves on, because if you've worked with them you know that they stain you pretty bad. And I'm working with 3 or 4 different colors of pinks, orange, and yellow here. I started out by spraying the tags with water so the ink would move really well. Then I'm going to dry a little bit in between, pick up some other colors to get some splatters and things, just to get the look of texture in amongst the ink itself. Then once I get these dry, I'm going to put a little bit of coat of matte gel medium on these. This does not completely seal them, but it helps to keep the ink from moving quite so much. You will see as you do this that the matte gel changes color because it's picking up a little bit of the ink. But I wanted to seal this a little bit to hope that what I've done stays put for the most part. I don't know that you can completely seal Dylusions ink sprays, but hey, I give it a valiant effort. Alright, now I'm going to take a stencil that I cut on my Cameo that has letters and numbers on it, and I'm going to use some apple barrel paint and just stencil those right onto the tags. I really like this stencil that I cut. I just wish that I had a clear material to cut it from. This is just actually a piece of ivory cardstock that I cut it from, but obviously you can't see through it, so it's hard to line things up straight. So in the future, when I cut this again, I may try to find some actual clear stencil material to cut it from, because it's a fun stencil with with the letters, the numbers, the arrows, the circles. It's a good multi-purpose design. Alright, so I got some letters and numbers on all 3 tags, and now I'm going to add some more interest to it by using some light modeling paste and this stencil from Stencil Girl products. Now, as we've talked about with the Dylusions ink sprays, you can't ever really seal them completely, so the color is going to wick up into the modeling paste a little bit, but I'm okay with that. I know it's not going to stay bright white, but it's going to pick up some of those underlying colors, and that's okay. It adds to the fun of the tags. And I'm using a fairly light touch with the modeling paste so that it will dry pretty quickly. I don't like to use a heat gun on modeling paste if I don't have to. Well, because I have a tendency to hold the heat gun on it too long and it bubbles, so I try to use a fairly light layer so it'll dry pretty quickly for me. Now I'm going to go back with my Posca paint pens and outline the letters and the numbers. I'm going to do a little doodling, add some hash marks and different things to the letters and numbers just to give it a little bit of an interest. And I'm using just yellow and white here, I think. And you can see, looking at that design that I used the texture paste on, that it has wicked those colors up from the back. But again, I'm alright with that because it makes it all kind of blend together. I'm going to add some paint splatters here onto these using my little baby toothbrush that you've seen me use before. You just thin the paint down just a little bit. I got kind of carried away thinning it down, and then I just use my thumbnail to rake it across the bristles, and I can point those splatters anywhere I want them. Using some archival ink here in Cactus Flower, I'm going to ink around the edges to give it a bit of a frame. And I will mat these onto some pumpkin colored cardstock later on. I spared you seeing me do that. You've seen me do it before. I just use some double-sided tape and tape it onto the cardstock and then cut it and then trim the corners, the diagonal corners, and use my crocodile to punch out that hole at the top. Alright, now I have these metal numbers that I got in a little goodie bag from Peg, and I'm going to hot glue this number 6 on here because you've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I figured you could use a 6. Just word to the wise, when you do this, work quickly because these metal letters get hot when you put hot glue on them. Then for the other 2 tags, I'm just going to pull out a couple of different word stickers from my Tim Holtz big chat pad of words. This one says begin, and I'm just going to outline it a little bit with my platinum colored zig writer here. And then the other one, I'm going to put a tag on it that says, I think, destination, and do the same thing. And that's pretty much all there is to these tags. Trying to make them fairly simple, fairly flat. I like to embellish as much as the next person, but I also know that a lot of times these get mailed, and sometimes it's much easier to mail things if they don't have a lot of embellishment, thick, heavy embellishment on them. On this tag, I'm using a micron writer just to write "Count Your Blessings" on the top of it. Since this is the one with the numbers, I thought it would be a cute quote to put on there. And again, that's pretty much all. You'll see in the still photos, you'll be able to see the doodling and the splatter paint and things a little bit better. So hope you'll come on over to the Facebook group. I will link that below, and join our monthly challenge for making altered tags. We have a lot of fun, have a lot of great artists, and it's a blast to see how everyone interprets those ideas differently. So come on over. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.